Hailing from Giddings, Texas, is one of the greatest pitchers you likely never heard of, Hilton Lee Smith. Hilton Smith was a great pitcher, primarily for the Kansas City Monarchs. And Hilton Smith pitched alongside the legendary Satchel Paige, and they were polar opposites. When Satchel walked in the room, the room lit up. You knew he was in the room, and if you didn't know, he was going to let you know that he was in the room. Hilton Smith was the exact opposite, very quiet, very workmanlike, unassuming, but just as lethal, possessing what many believe to be the greatest curveball this sport has ever seen. Hilton Smith was indeed the truth.
Leading off, Harvey. And a pitch. In for a strike. And that's how this game gets started. That misses the zone. Ball one. Good eye in that spot. Hilton Smith didn't get the same kind of fame as his longtime teammate Satchel Paige, but he was just as good. Roy Campanella played against them, and he said you couldn't tell the difference between them when Smith came in to relieve Satchel on the mound. Smith wheels and deals. On the ground to the left. Whips it to first on the run. Out on a bang-bang play, but he made it close.
Great story about how Hilton started his pro career. In 1931, he beat a former Negro League pitcher named Willie Owens, who recommended him to his semi-pro team, the Austin Black Senators. They signed him up, and a week later, he pitched Austin to a win over the Chicago American Giants.
That misses, and it's a ball and a strike. And that is cut on and missed. And it's 1-2. Smith comes to the plate. And down on strikes he goes. Smith looking sharp so far. And here's the first baseman, Reese. That one's in there, 0-1. The 0-2 from Hilton. Swings and misses. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Back now at Muehlebach Field. New inning getting started, and the batter will be the shortstop, Murray. Hilton Smith only pitched in one game for the Monarchs in 1936, but in 37 he led them with 11 wins, including 9 at home in Kansas City. Smith wheels and deals. Bounce to third. The throw to first. Hilton working on preserving this narrow lead.
As great as Hilton was in 1937, he was even better in 38. He only lost twice and had easily the highest WAR of any player in the Negro American League. And he got the win while striking out 3 batters in the East-West All-Star game.
Pitch misses, and 1-1.
Here's one example of how dominant Hilton Smith could be. In his 1937 no-hitter against the Chicago American Giants, Chicago only hit the ball out of the infield twice the whole game. That's overwhelming stuff.
Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. He swung over top of the curveball. And now, Hayes. That's a strike. 0-1.
0-1.
Two outs.
This guy's pounding the zone. Hitters don't have time to think in between pitches.
Next one just misses. And the count is 1-2. Just off the inside edge. Smith comes to the plate. Goes down looking. Welcome back to Mulebach Field. Now it's the right fielder, Smith. Smith back to work. Left field. Makes the catch for the out.
All one's the count.
And that one hit 97 on the gun. So it's their last chance in this one. And now the first baseman, Bates. Check swing went around. Slider right there. Strike 2.
0-2 is the count.
The 0-2 from Hilton. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit.
Really nice job of 2-strike hitting in that at bat. Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from. And there's just no one there to knock it down.
Hughes in the box with 2 gone. And takes a look at a called strike. In there at the knees. And the count is 0-2. Ball game. Hilton Smith slams the door.
Buck O'Neil believed that Hilton Smith had the greatest curveball this sport has ever seen. The legendary Monty Irvin would go on to say that it was the greatest curveball that he had the displeasure of ever trying to hit. He threw the big 12-6 breaker, and he threw what he called a tight curveball, where he would drop down 3/4, and he threw it all with pinpoint control. As a matter of fact, Monty Irvin would go on to say that you could know where his curveball was coming from, and the break and bite on it was so sharp, you still couldn't hit it.
Ready to go now? Now it's the shortstop, Murray. The wind of the pitch. And first offering is fouled off. Hilton gets a whiff on the slurve. Taylor, the next to hit. And first offering is fouled off. Smith wheels and deals. And a foul ball.
That breaking stuff from Hilton Smith is just so tough to hit. Sammy Hughes was a star in the Negro Leagues, and he said he'd rather face Satchel than Smith because of how sharp Hilton's breaking stuff was.
Smith comes to the plate. Got it by him for the K. 2 outs, base is empty. Hayes now at the plate. First pitch, and he just misses. All right, Siggy, who had the best breaking stuff of anyone you had to face in your career?
I'd say Pedro Martinez's slider was pretty devastating.
Right-hander kicks, deals. And strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Slider gets the K for Hilton Smith. Welcome back. Digging in is the switch inning outfielder, Smith.
You asked me about pitchers with great breaking stuff. Who stands out to you as having the best breaking pitches over the last few decades?
Chris, when Doc Gooden came up, you think about that fastball, the four-seamer with the carry, but the curveball coming out of the same slot. That curveball from Doc Gooden was absolutely nasty. Smith with a strikeout on the knuckle curve. Here's the left fielder, Glass. Out to short, Robinson. Tosses to first, 2 up, 2 down in the top of the second. CC Sabathia would be another with a great slider, and Randy Johnson, of course, as well. For both those guys, I can't imagine what it was like for the few left-handed batters that had to dig in against 2 giant lefties with nasty sliders. Bates stands in here, leaves that one off the inside. Ripped on the ground to second. Tosses to first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning.
Hilton Smith was one of many great two-way stars in the Negro Leagues. And over recent times, we've become enamored by the nature of two-way stars, primarily because of the great success of Shohei Ohtani. Well, the Negro Leagues were filled with great two-way stars, and Hilton Smith was just one of many. And what made Hilton so special was when he wasn't pitching, he played the outfield and had a lifetime batting average over 300.
Monarchs ace Hilton Smith digging in now. Maybe the best season of Hilton Smith's career was 1941. He went 10-0 for Kansas City, a 1.53 ERA, and on top of that, he batted .353 and he slugged .500. And it drops in. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single. On the ground to third. Throws across the diamond, out with room to spare, and that's the inning. The big lefty turns, kicks, deals. Inside, just missed.
You know, 1941 is a notable baseball year because it's the year Joe DiMaggio had his 56-game hitting streak. Ted Williams hit .406 and won the Triple Crown, but you can make a real argument that Hilton Smith had a better all-around season than either of them.
And the first pitch misses for ball one. That one drifts inside. 2-0 to count. Here it comes. To the right side, and that's just foul. The 2-1. In the air, fairly deep to right field. Makes the grab, and that's the inning. One down. Hilton Smith digging in now. First offering misses the mark. Line drive, base hit. And that's going to kick into the corner. Around first and hustling for second. And that's a double.
That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
And a base hit up the middle. Lead runner to second, so 2 on and nobody out. Here's the two-way threat, Hilton Smith. Hilton Smith faced down some of the best in baseball and succeeded. He was really excellent in barnstorming games and impressed a lot of major leaguers, including Bob Feller. And that's in there for strike one.
One of Hilton's great barnstorming performances came when the Monarchs played the Dizzy Dean All-Stars at Wrigley Field in Chicago in 1942. Hilton and Satchel Paige pitched for Kansas City, and they beat the major leaguers 3-1. Hilton gave up 1 hit in 3 innings, struck out 3 batters, and got the win.
Makes the grab, and there's 2 out. Maybe a 2-ball. 5, 4, 3, and they turn the double play. Knocks it down. Hit softly on the ground left side. Throws to first and 2 away now. Hilton Smith digging in now. And the first offering is not close. Line to second, snagged on the bounce. 2 gone. That one fouled off. At the belt and fires. On the ground to third. Zips it to first, and that is that. Hit hard, should be extra bases. Around second, on his way to third. Coming home. He scores. It's 3-2.
His first game in Kansas City, his first full season with the Monarchs in 1937, what did Hilton Smith do? He only threw a perfect game. Yeah, he blanked the Chicago American Giants 4-0. Hilton Smith had that great breaking ball and then a dominating fastball to go on top of it. You've got to sit on his fastball, and then you had virtually no chance of hitting his curveball. That went along with a repertoire of other great pitches, but the curveball was the pitch that really made Hilton Smith unhittable.
Bottom of the 7th. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Murray. Here comes a pitch. Hilton's perfect game really set the tone for his 1937 season. He led the Negro American League with 11 wins, 3 shutouts, and 99 strikeouts, all while hitting over 300. On to O'Neill. And they get the leadoff hitter in the 7th.
Hilton actually led the league in strikeouts for 4 of his first 5 seasons with Kansas City, and his perfect game was actually historic in another way, Boog, since it was the first no-hitter thrown in an official Negro American League game.
Got him. And there's 2 down. 2 outs, base is empty. Now the third baseman, Hayes. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Hilton's perfecto actually came in the longest drought of perfect games in Major League history. Charlie Robertson threw one in April of 1922, and then it took more than 30 years to see another. And now the count 1-2 after the swing and the miss. That's hard hit on the line. Sanders pulls it down and he makes the catch. And that's the 3rd out. Back here at Comiskey Park, onto the bottom of the 8th, and now the right fielder, Smith. Smith back to work. Curveball drops in for a strike. All right, trivia time, Sengi. Do you know who snapped the perfect game drought after 34 years?
Of course, Boog. It was Don Larson in the 1956 World Series.
That's right. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Couldn't catch up to the heater. Now the left fielder, Glass. Smoked on the ground to second. On to O'Neill. Smith still locked in with 2 gone now. In there, and it's 0-1. And a foul ball. Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. And the right-hander back to work. Hughes, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball 1. They say it went.
1 ball, 1 strike.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Smith wheels and deals. And a swing and a miss. Just 2 more to get here. So digging in, McDonald. First pitch, and he just misses.
Counts 1-0.
That one pulled foul. Smith comes to the plate. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And now Hilton Smith just 1 out from history. Pinch hitter coming on now in the pitcher spot. Mason trying to get something going for him with 2 away. Tap back to the mound. It's over. Hilton Smith tosses a perfect game. What a performance.
Hilton Smith did something that I don't think we will ever see done in the game of baseball again. Hilton Smith won 20 games or more, 12 consecutive years. He goes 6-1 in exhibition games against Major League All-Stars. He was likely the best pitcher in all of baseball at that time, who by the time that Jackie Robinson breaks Major League Baseball's color barrier, he realized that he was too old. The majors came calling, but he knew by that time he was too old to cross over that threshold and go into Major League Baseball.
Here's the left fielder, Harvey. Hilton Smith thrived in high-pressure situations like this. He shined in several East-West All-Star games, and he dominated the home state Grays over 5 shutout innings in Game 2 of the 1942 Negro League World Series. Next offering is in for a strike.
Hilton had so many great moments in the spotlight. He tossed a complete game win in Game 5 of the 1946 Negro League World Series against the Newark Eagles, who had Larry Doby and Monty Irvin. Hilton also got a hit and scored a run for good measure.
Stepping in, Marshall. And he swings and misses at the initial offering. Strike 2.
0-2.
Bases loaded, 1 away. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. The 0-2 from Hilton. And a swing and a miss. Hilton needs just one more out to escape danger. And here's the first baseman, Reese. Swings through that one. 0-1. Got him. Hilton Smith tight ropes out of the bases loaded jam.
Hilton Smith earned a reputation as being Satchel's shadow, the legendary Satchel Paige. He would oftentimes come in and relieve Satchel. Well, Satchel was the draw. So Satchel's going to pitch 2 or 3 innings. And who came in and pitched the last 6 or 7? Hilton Smith. And all the old timers in the Negro League say, if you're going to get anything, you better get it off of Satchel because you weren't going to touch Hilton Smith.
Back to the top of the order now. And now Terry. And the pitch. It really does Hilton Smith a disservice to think of him only as Satchel Paige's shadow. But Smith always knew he was just as good on the mound, even if Satchel was the box office main attraction. Smith kicks and delivers. This one popped up. And O'Neill makes the play. And there's one down.
Yeah, there are a lot of major leaguers who found out just how good Hilton Smith was, too. In 1937, he threw a shutout against a team with Bob Feller, Vince DiMaggio, and Johnny Mize as part of a barnstorming series. And in all 3 games he pitched, the white players didn't score a single run off him. Pretty good pitch there to take a rip at. He wants to get his arms extended. He likes the ball away from him a little bit, just not able to square it up.
Smith wheels and deals. Line, and that's a base hit. 1 runs in. Raymond rounds third, headed for the plate. He scores as well. It's 4-3. So up next, Terry. And the pitch. Swing and a ball popped up, and it stays fair. 1 runs in. Now the second run is in. It's 4-3. Back to the top of the order now. Terry digs in now. The pitch. There's a strike. Strike 2.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Got him swinging. It's a strikeout. He swung over top of the curveball. So 2 in scoring position with 1 out. And now it's going to be Cole. Pitches in for a strike. 0-1. Line drive, and that's a base hit into center field. 1 runs in. Throw comes in and holds the runner at third. They're at the corners now with still only 1 away. Now it's the right fielder, Terry. And a pitch. There's a strike.
0-1.
Swing and a slow roller. Little. In plenty of time to first. That's out number 1. And a run comes in to score. Back to the top of the order now. And now the right fielder, Terry. The pitch. And first offering is fouled off. And a good eye there. Swing and a miss. And that's strike two. And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. Huge strikeout there. 2 on, 1 out. Next to hit, Cole. And first offering is fouled off. Swings and misses. That is strike 2. Just misses. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Got him swinging for the K. The high heat, too much on that one. So 2 down now, and here is Gordon. In there for strike 1. Foul ball, it stays 0-2. Smith kicks and delivers. Caught him looking for the K. Ready to begin the 8th, and now the first baseman, Parker. The right-hander back to work. There's a strike. Oh, and 2 as he waves at that one. Fights it off. He'll see another. To third. Sutton. On the run. Throw to first. And that's one away as the leadoff man is out in the 8th. First pitch, and that's in for a strike. On the ground. Perry. Tosses across the first. Hilton still looking very sharp for KC.
One's the count.
Smith wheels and deals. Foul ball there. Got him swinging. Couldn't hit the fastball at the knees. And welcome back. All set for the start of the inning. And here's the catcher, Everett. And he deals. That's to third. On to O'Neill. 2 outs to go for Hilton Smith, who's just been terrific in relief of Satchel. Adams, batting with 1 down, takes a strike. Fastball for a strike. And it's 0-2. The 0-2 from Hilton. Battling here as he fouls it away. Next pitch off the plate. And the count 1-2. Next one misses. The count now 2-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And there's 2 down. So they're making a move for a bat off the bench. Dunn looking for a 2-out spark with the bases empty. And that curveball drops in there for a strike. Next offering is in for a strike. Ball game. Hilton Smith with a great relief outing to seal it for KC.
It is Hilton Smith who is credited with having introduced or recommended Jackie Roosevelt Robinson to Kansas City Monarchs owner James Leslie Wilkinson. Hilton had seen Jackie playing against a white military baseball team that had major league players on it in 1942. He quickly recommended Jackie to Monarchs owner James Leslie Wilkinson. When Jackie gets discharged from the military in 1944, He writes to Monarchs owner J.O. Wilkinson, and Wilkie gives him a tryout. He makes the team, and he joins the Kansas City Monarchs in 1945. Many credit Hilton Smith for introducing us to the man that would break Major League Baseball's 6-decade-long self-imposed color barrier.